Dang it. Huh. I can't see myself. Can't see it. Give me a minute, people. It's like I know what the problem is. Here we go. Okay, let's turn the volume down. Hey, Mom. How are you? Did you see I tagged you in a post? I told... Pauline, yes. So now I do. Thursday, that's all I've got. Thursday evening, usually around this time. Maybe a little bit later. But Thursdays is my usual Facebook Live. Look, I have a calendar. Goodness. Pauline, do you know what it's like to get overwhelmed sometimes? Yeah. Okay, so I love to do Facebook Lives. I love them. And so every once in a while I'll pop on and do an extra one. But my regularly scheduled one is on Thursday evening. Okay. So today we're going to use the Pretty Perennials stamp set, and it is in the January to June mini catalog. And look at all of these little stamps. There's 21 stamps in here. And it has dies to match. There's a whole bunch of dies to match. And it's really cute. And we are going to use that, and look at what we're going to make. And we're going to use the Gilded Leafing to put some little gold accents on our card. And hopefully I won't mess it up. I was making my examples and I messed one of them up. So, so I tagged my mom in a picture, or in a post today. My mom lives in New Mexico, and New Mexico has been locked down, or their county anyway, has been locked down. And today was the first day they could go eat in a restaurant. And I think the restaurants are open at 25% capacity, something crazy, not even. Anyway, so my mom went out to eat breakfast today at, like, my favorite restaurant. And my favorite restaurant personality, anyway, because the owner and cook, chef, I don't know if he's a chef, does Facebook Lives in the morning while he's cooking. And he's funny. Okay. Anyway. So, we're going to make a card. We're going to start with this tape, the mint tape. You want some tape that is not too sticky, because you don't want to rip your paper, okay? So I use mint tape in my NT, and that's from scrapbook.com, because Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it. Okay, so I'm going down 1.25 inches, which is 5 blocks, okay? Use your grid paper. It's there. Goodness. I live in Georgia. It's allergy season. Woo! Everything is blooming. Well, not the pine trees yet, but everything else is blooming. Okay, so then from the bottom, I'm going to go up 5 blocks also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put this piece of tape right here. Straight. Okay, and then all we're going to do is stamp. Okay, so I have lots of colors here. I will list them all on my blog post, but let's see what we've got. That one's backwards, so you can't see it. Well, maybe we'll just do them this way. Okay, so we have Seaside Spray. Let's start at the top. Soft Sea Foam. Daffodil Delight, Soft Suede, Seaside Spray, Mossy Meadow, and Magenta Madness because it's my favorite. And it makes me happy. And it's a happy card. It's happy mail. So, we'll start with Magenta Madness and just do this big old flower that's right here on the side. Now, this is what I have to say about this flower. It and I have been arguing a little bit today, or at least fighting, about whether or not it wants to stamp over this tape. Sometimes when you have the tape, there's a little bump, okay? So you have to press hard. Normally with our stamps, you don't have to, but you have to press kind of hard. Okay? So let's hope that I get it right since I'm on camera. Okay? I'm going to press hard. Oh, good one. I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe me. This one has been flipped over. This paper has been flipped over. And there's one in the trash. Because it just wasn't cutting it. So, know that you have to push hard. At least on that stamp. The rest of them didn't give me a fit. But that one sure did. Okay, so that's all for the Magenta Madness. We can put it away. Next we're going to use Daffodil Delight. And we're going to do a different flower. There's lots of flowers in this set. It's so awesome. So we're going to do Daffodil Delight. So what's going on in your neck of the woods? It is absolutely gorgeous in Georgia. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a little chilly in the morning. That's okay. I like it chilly when I sleep. Open the window. But today I think it was 80 degrees. You know, that's springtime. It doesn't get no better than that. Pretty soon I'll wish it was spring again because it'll be 1,000 degrees with 110% humidity in the beautiful state of Georgia. Now we're going to use Seaside Spray. And we're going to stamp this other little flower. You can stamp these, and you're stamping right over the edge of the tape. Okay, right over the edge of the tape. Now, here's one thing that you might want to keep in mind. If you stamp over where it's stamped on the tape, I'll show you. It'll pick up that ink. You don't want to. So you want to be a little bit careful when you're stamping that you don't stamp because it doesn't soak into that tape. Did that make sense? So whereas when you stamp on your paper, your basic white paper, it soaks right in and you don't have to worry. You can stamp right on top of it and it won't pick it up. But on this tape, it's not as porous. So it'll still pick up some of that ink and get it on your stamp. And then it will transfer it to whatever else you're stamping on and make you some funny colors. Now, it's not always bad, but if you want the true colors, it's not going to be what you want when you do that. Okay, so this is soft seafoam, which I don't even know if you can see this in the camera, but it's just going to give a little bit of, I call it texture, behind these flowers. I'll show you on this one. You see the little, it's just texture. It's just a little, because yeah, you can't see it while I'm stamping. Okay, so that's all for that. We're going to use soft suede. There's a lot of stamping on this card. I hope you like stamping. You know, sometimes it's just so relaxing. So we're just going to stamp the middle of these big pink flowers with that stamp. And then we have another little one for the other centers. So we're going to stamp it Nobody has much to say today. Not much going on in the world, I suppose. Yeah, right. Okay. So let's see. We have Mossy Meadow. And we have a big leaf here. Then we have a smaller leaf that we'll stamp around. Also in Mossy Meadow. It's 64 days before I go to Maui. If anybody's interested. Nobody's counting. That's not true. I am counting. I have a countdown on my board. Actually, it's on my friend's board at work. I walk into his office every morning and change the date. And on Fridays, I change the date for Monday because I don't want to think on Monday. Monday morning is not the time to think. So yeah, we're doing a countdown for when Sandra gets to go to Maui. Ooh, and if you are one of my customers or one of my teammates, guess what? You're going to get when I go to Maui? A postcard! I love to send postcards to my teammates and all my customers to tell them thank you so much for helping me earn Maui. Because, you know, earning the incentive trip is not something that you do by yourself at all. It takes a strong team that is 100% with you and a great customer base. So, if you are one of those people, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so now, very carefully, we're going to take this tape off. And I know that I say that it's not so sticky tape. It's still sticky. And if you rip it, like, it'll rip your paper. And after we've done all that beautiful stamping, nobody wants to rip their paper. So just be gentle. And take your tape off and go, ooh, ah. When you do, I have a friend that teaches school, and whenever we do something like that, she looks at us and goes, okay, everybody, ooh, ah, because that's what she tells her kids in school to do. So that was for you, Ginny. Okay, so now we're going to stamp the sentiment in Daffodil Delight. And I hope that it's pretty. I mean, I'm guessing that it will be. Okay, so, and this is going to say Happy Mail. So, I want it kind of in the middle. Because the first one I did was not in the middle, and then it looked all wonky. Happy Mail. Who doesn't love Happy Mail? Everybody loves Happy Mail. Oh, I'm excited too. First of all, I'm excited to just go anywhere because I love to travel. Oh, so not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm going to Kentucky. And I'm going to Kentucky to go see the Ark. Because, I mean, build it and they will come, right? So somebody built an Ark in Kentucky, and I'm gonna go see it. I don't think there's any animals, and I don't think Noah's there, but we're going. We're gonna go see the Ark. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if it's all that. I think it's ginormous. Okay. So now we're gonna do gilded leafing, and we are going to use Terran tape. So the gilded leafing, here it is in my magic box. Gilded leafing just needs something sticky to attach to. You can use anything sticky. You can use dimensionals. You can use glue dots. You can use multi-purpose glue. You could use the seal or the Seal Plus. You can use Terran tape and it will make straight lines. So, we're going to use Terran tape. It's on your bucket list. That's awesome. Christy, buy a ticket. You come see it with us. We just bought tickets on Delta to go. Okay, so we're going to just lay this right on top of here. Hopefully we get it straight. You can kind of see it through there. And try not to cover up your happy. And then we'll do the other side. Do this other side. And get down this tear and tape. Okay, so I'm gonna, if I can get this off my paper, I got it glued down there good. Tear and tape is sticky stuff. So I'm going to trim these edges off. Oh, dang. Well, you could have gone. So I'm going to trim these edges off because otherwise the gold leafing will stick to it. You'll see in a minute. Gold leafing is fun to play with. It can be a mess. But I'm not one of those people who cares about messiness, really. As you can tell when I stamp. I don't mind getting messy. If it's for the greater craft, I'm okay with it. Okay. So now we're going to make sure that's down good. And we are going to pull up, make this sticky. 1, 2. Now, here's when you don't want to sneeze. When you open the gilded leafing, you do not want to sneeze. Trust me. Look at it. You see it when it poofs? Just when I take the lid off. Yeah. Okay. It's fun though. So remember, this is sticky. Okay, so all you got to do is plop this in here. Okay? Plop. Mash it down just a little bit. Not hard. And look at how it's all stuck to it. So now you need a dedicated something. You can use an old paintbrush. You can use I just use this. I just use a sponge. So you're just going to rub this sponge on it and get most of that leafing off, and it's just going to stick to the tape. It's the coolest thing ever. I love this stuff. Make sure you put the lid back on. Okay, now that I have it on a hard surface, yeah, you can make the mess at my house. We'll play with it someday. You can rub it pretty good to get all the extra stuff off. Okay? Now, because I don't care about the mess on my floor, I gotta clean that up. Okay, so there you go. That's our gilded leafing on there. Isn't that cool? It's really shiny and pretty. I hope it's as pretty on the camera as it is in person. So now I have a piece of Daffodil Delight that I'm going to layer this on. And then we'll get some embellishments and put them on there. And then we're going to be done. This is just a stamping, except for that gilded leafing. And the gilded leafing is in the mini catalog, the January to June mini catalog. All this stuff is that I'm using today. Bone folder. And then we're just going to glue this on. The Daffodil Delight. And then I have the Artistry Bloom sequins that we're going to use. And we'll just put some of these guys on here wherever you want. You know what I love about these? I mean, I'll put embellishments on all my cards because, you know, sometimes it's just what it needs. But these are flat enough that it's really mailable. Now, I don't worry about all the others when I mail them, you know, but sometimes when you get a card in the mail, like the envelope is kind of rubbed off where the pearls and stuff are, but it doesn't happen with these because they're so flat. But, so there's our card. And here's the pink one that I made. And see how this one, I put the happy over there because I didn't know, and now it's a little bit lopsided. And this one is done in the Seaside Spray. So it's the same card, 3 different ways. But look at how pretty it is, and no matter what color you use. Isn't that awesome? And you can make it in any color. But that gilded leafing just gives it a little pop. So, there you go. Don't be afraid to play with that gilded leafing. And I'm telling you, it'll stick on anything sticky. You don't have to use that heat and stick powder that I don't know how to use. Because I think I got it too hot. I tried to use it like embossing powder and I tried to make it melt. I don't think it wants that. It just wants to be a little sticky. So, yeah, try it with all of your different adhesives and see what happens. And let me know. I bet it'll be pretty. So anyway, which one did we just make? This one is the one we just made. So thanks for hanging out with me a little bit today. I will put this on my blog post on Sunday. So you'll have, the measurements are simple. That's all. I'll put all the colors on. I will upload this to YouTube so you can watch it again later though. So thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Oh, and here's my blog, inkstamplove.com. Okay? So go check my blog out. Oh, and if you sign up for my newsletter, I'll send you a free PDF. You can do that right there on my blog. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys later. Hi, Athena.